If you love the idea of managing your clients in a client portal, but it feels too overwhelming or technical to set up, this is for you. In this video, we're going to build out a complete consulting client portal in Assembly, and we're going to do it in less than 15 minutes. That means if you click the link in the description and sign up for your free trial, you can follow along. We'll build out your client portal together and you'll be ready to launch today. Before we dive in, a quick thank you to Assembly for sponsoring today's video and making it possible for me to share this resource with you. Now let's stick a timer on the screen and begin. The first step is to sign up for your Assembly account. If you haven't already, you're just going to set your email and password, click create account. When you first log in, you'll see your navigation menu on the left and your content on the right. We're going to start by configuring our portal setup. To do that, we'll click on settings in the bottom left. And here you can start going through the different tabs and customizing it to your preferences. So under account, you might want to add a profile picture. I'm just using an example one for now. Then if we go to general, a couple of areas I want to draw your attention to. The first one is if you want to enable companies. This allows you to segment companies versus clients or individuals in your CRM. And then under terminology, you can always customize this. So you don't have to use the terms client and company. I'm going to call individuals contacts. And then underneath that, you can choose if you want clients to have the ability to sign up for an account themselves. Whenever you make a change, you'll just want to click update in the top right-hand corner. Confirm. And then the other area I want to draw your attention to is client notifications. Here is where you can toggle on if you want clients to also receive notifications through email, not just in their portal. And if you want the ability to send emails or updates to clients that have not yet been invited to their portal. I like to turn both of these on. I especially like this top one because it means a client can receive a notification, let's say it's a message, and they can respond directly through email. They don't have to log into their portal to do that. And the final thing that I want to draw your attention to is your payout account. So you will need to connect this to your bank account in order for transactions to take place. We're going to go down to customization under preferences. Here you can adjust your brand name, upload a square icon, full logo, square login image, that's this image on the right here, and your social sharing image. If you scroll down, you can also customize your brand colors, fonts, and meta description. I'm going to go ahead and customize this look and feel to this company, Consult. Once I've uploaded all of my custom branding and I'm happy with how it looks on the right, I'm going to click update. And now I have a branded portal ready to share with clients. Next, we're going to customize our CRM. So I'm going to go into CRM now, and you can see two different tabs based on the terminology I picked. So company and contacts. If I click into companies, you can see that we can see when it was created. We can see all of the contacts connected with this company, and we can also add notes in here. Along the top, you're seeing all of their messages, files, contracts, forms, billing, their homepage and what that looks like for them, and tasks. Clicking back out into contacts now, if we open a contact app, we're seeing the same items along the top tailored to this contact. And then on the right, we have the user's details. So we're seeing their profile picture, name, email, when they joined, when they last logged in, the companies they are connected with. We have a section for custom fields, and we can also add notes. Now, custom fields can be really helpful, especially when it comes to managing permissions, because you can set specific criteria, such as if the custom field equals X, then only show this item, or don't show this item in their sidebar. And to show you what this looks like, we are going to add some custom fields. The first one I'm going to add is a tags field. I'm going to call this services, hit save. And now I'm going to add tags. And here I'm going to populate it with the different services that I offer. So here I have retainer, facilitation, and workshop, and I can just assign the relevant services to this contact. I'm going to add another custom field now, and this time I'm going to do another tag, and I'm going to call this one stage. And what I want to use this for is to track what stage in the pipeline they're at. And what this is going to allow me to do is add new leads into my CRM. Even if I am not inviting them to the portal, I can track my progress and where we're at with each lead. So under tags, I'm just going to input my different steps in the sales process. We have inquiry, qualified lead, sales call, proposal sent, contract sent, sale closed, and then lead lost. And if a lead was lost, I would typically add a note to say why as well. Now, the other custom field I'm going to add is a text property, and I'm going to call this inquiry notes. The final one I'm going to add is a number property, and I'm going to call this budget. Our CRM is configured. Let's move to the app section in the middle of our sidebar. Now, if we bring up our 5 key Client Portal Essentials, you can see that a lot of these are built into Assembly by default. First, we're going to click on Messages. And what you'll see here is that we can set up message channels, and you can set up a channel for an entire company, or you can set up a channel for specific contacts. If we click on the 3 dots next to message channels, you'll see that you can create a channel from here and then customize who has access to the channel. You also have the option of sending a mass direct message, particularly helpful if you need to communicate to all of your clients at once. Now, in order to customize your settings for messages or any of these apps, what you're going to do is click on App Settings under Preferences, go to the app you want to customize, in our case, Messages, click Edit, and here you can customize the name, the icon, your email notifications, and then each app will have their own variation of settings. So in this case, we have an option to turn on an automatic welcome message, and I'm just going to leave this exactly as it is. And then underneath that is where we set our visibility. You'll see contact facing app visibility. If we click on edit where it says visible to all contacts, here is where you can customize who is going to see this messages tab in their client portal. So by default, it's set to visible to all contacts, but we can click in here and we can customize it either to no contacts, or you can set it up as custom visibility. And here you can see show if, and this is where you can customize it based on those tags that we set up in our CRM. We might want to say stage does not include inquiry. So we don't need to give people that are just inquiring with us access to messages just yet. We might want to qualify them first. So then we would just adjust our settings and hit save. Now only contacts that have access are going to see that within their client portal. The same is true for all of these items. So if we click on files now, it works the same way. It's all configured. It's as simple as clicking on this new button, creating a folder, uploading a file, or adding a link. And the link is particularly useful if you have content stored in other tools. For example, let's say you have a Notion link or a Google Drive link, you can just pop that in here. Now, to begin, we won't be adding any files, but we will be adding a contract. So if we click on contracts now, you can add a new contract here. We're going to click in. And how this works is you would create your contract in something like Google Docs, and then you would download it as a PDF and upload it here, making sure you leave space for any variables that will change per client. If we open up this consulting contract, you can see that I've just laid it out as a simple Google Doc, but I've left space for the client's name. Now I have made this a free resource. You can access it in the description, but it's important to keep in mind this is not a legally binding document. It's more for inspiration. Once you have configured your contract, you're going to click File, Download, and download as a PDF. We can then upload that PDF. We'd give it a name so it's easy to identify. And here you can toggle on if you want to make this reusable. And then all we're going to do is fill in the blanks. So if we come over to the right, we have contact inputs, my inputs, and then advanced, where we have auto fill fields. And you'll notice all of those additional options that we added in our CRM appear here. So you could have a text property called project scope. and that would allow you to populate it within your CRM and then just drag it into the space within the contract and have it autofill each time you share the contract. For now, I'm just going to grab the client's company name and drag it into this line where I've got a blank space, adjust it so that it fits, and then scroll down all the way to the bottom, and we're going to fill in this section. So again, for the client's name, I'm going to select client full name as an autofill option, adjust the sizing, and then I'm going to choose the client's company. For date, I'm going to put contact input so they can fill in the date that they fill the contract in. And then under contact inputs, I'm also going to pull in their signature so they can sign the agreement. For my section, the consultant, I'm going to go to my inputs, select text, add my name in here and add that in. I'm going to go to the autofill section and I'm going to select contract share date and pop that in here. And then for signature, I'm going to do my input, pull in the signature. I'm just going to sign this with my name and then create template. If I come back to contracts now, we're seeing that information here. And to share a contract, you would just click on the three dots, share, and then choose who you want to share this contract with. Under forms, you can set up forms for many use cases. For example, we have an intake form here, but you can also use it if you want to gather key information from individual team members within a company, if you want to survey your clients, if you want to request a testimonial. Under billing, we can set up products. We can show a store page and customize how this looks. We can set up invoices, subscriptions, and payment links. For now, I'm going to set up a subscription, but I'm going to set it up as a product so that I can just apply the product to every client who is interested in purchasing it. So I'll click on products, hit create product. We'll give it a name. I'll skip the description and image for now. Under pricing information, I'll set it to recurring. I'm going to choose 6,000 and we're going to do that monthly. Hit create product in the top right hand corner and our product is now being created. If we click on home now, if we look on the right, we have some options to customize the banner, background, this widget. You can turn on what you want to display notifications for in that widget. And then we also have autofill fields so we can welcome the individual or the company by their name. If we look on the page itself, you just click in and start typing like you would a regular page. If we hit enter, you just use your / to bring up your different content blocks here. And you can customize this however you wish. I've removed a lot of that and just included my own section based on what I'm going to be adding to my client portal. And I've customized the background as well. And again, you can come into your app setup and customize your settings to this. So if we hit edit, I'm just going to customize the sidebar icon to a house. Hit save. And then if I click on tasks, this is a really simple task management system that is configured. For this one, I'm going to change it to action items and change the icon to a list. And then for visibility, I'm going to set it to custom visibility and say services include retainers. So I'm only going to show this to retainer clients. All others don't require action items. Hit save and save again. Now this is a really great start. I could launch right now, but there are a few extras I want to include in my client portal just to customize it. So under preferences and app setup, I'm going to click add an app and you can scroll down. You can see there's a number of apps you can include in here directly. I'm going to select cal.com as my first one, select install. We'll call this book a call, give it an icon. We're going to select automatic so all clients see the same content. We're going to connect as an embed, and all I'm going to do is paste my cal.com URL in there for client calls. That is now embedded, and then under visibility, I'm going to edit this again to say I only want retainer clients, so services includes retainer, to be able to see this. Click add, and now you can see that directly in your sidebar. Your clients are going to be able to book a call with you. Now, the other one I want to add is some helpful resources. I store these in Notion. Again, I don't want clients to have to use other tools or go elsewhere to access the key information. So instead, I'm just going to bring it right into Assembly. Again, by clicking on App Setup, add an app. Now, there is an option here for Notion. You can click on this. I'm going to take you down a different route so you can see how this can work with other tools. We're going to select embed and links. We'll call this resources. I'm going to come into Notion, hit share in the top right hand corner, select publish. I'm going to toggle off duplicate as a template, and I'm going to make sure that search engine indexing is off as well. And then I have this option that now says embed this page. So I'm going to click on this, copy the code, come back to my client portal and paste that code in, select add. And now I have a resources tab stored in my portal as well. This is what I love about Assembly. It is pre-configured for you, but then you can look at ways that you want to customize it and integrate your tools into the software as well. And there we have it, a complete consultant setup in less than 15 minutes. Now you have one client portal that provides each client with their own branded experience and allows you to manage all of your clients effectively from one single dashboard. It's going to save you a whole lot of time, and it ensures that your clients have that consistent branded experience. Now, if you made it this far and you're excited to set up your own Assembly client portal, I have included all the resources in the description, and Assembly have been kind enough to share an exclusive discount. If you enter Chloe at checkout, you're going to get 100 off any plan. A nice little saving that you can use to invest elsewhere. In the next video, we're going to be taking this a step further by looking at how you can connect your client portal to your website. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't have a website, Chloe, that is okay because we're going to be building out one together. If you'd like to be notified when that video drops, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon. In the meantime, I would love to hear from you. Do you have any feedback or any questions relating to setting up your own client portal? Leave a comment and I'll meet you there. And if you'd like to continue watching, I recommend this one next.